Hello, it is I, once again, Limb Legion. I asked a while ago on Reddit what people on the competitive subreddit were looking for, and I thought one of the best things I could do, based on some responses, was give my commentary on things I do in games. I'm not necessarily the most gifted player, and neither did I really play that much in competitive. I only really scrimmed, and my team never took off. But I can still give you the kind of thought processes I have that allow me to perform relatively well. And in the cases where I do not perform well, I can give examples of why and what exactly I should have done instead. Call it like a self-VOD review. Also, I apologize, the quality of this video is going to be lower than the quality of videos I will be uploading beyond now, as I kind of messed up my OBS settings. So, there's that. So I'm playing Orochi in these two games. And I've picked these particularly because they highlight an annoyingly common playstyle in matchmaking. Something I'm not a huge fan of. And something I think needs to stop happening. And it's something that I can definitely give insight onto and explain why you shouldn't. I've never quite done something like this before, so you'll have to forgive me. I might have to get used to this in time. So I start off the game, as you see, going to C. Orochi is very good at stalling, and I figured that, based on what I usually see, one person will go to home point. But what I didn't quite expect was two of them. I also didn't expect the scent to be a crackhead and immediately parry me. Here I also make some mistakes, such as dodge attacking in neutral and, well, getting hit by everything. Basically, don't do what I did here. When you're Orochi, you should never dodge attack in neutral. It is not a good idea. It doesn't do anything. All it does is cause you to die instantly. And as you can see, I'm frantically switching between the two players here because they are double boosting at home point, which you should never do under any circumstances. It does not boost the amount of points that you get, doesn't boost the amount of renown you gain. All it does is waste time and lose map control. As you can see, we are losing mid, and we do not have their point. We have two on home point for no reason. Once again, I go to C, attempting to backcap. The scent doesn't parry me this time. I get hit by a kick, which is dumb, but it's a lot harder to react to now. I also didn't quite expect there to be another person on home point again. I did my dodge attack too early, and here, instead of just max punishing the Orochi, I thought it might as well just get some quick damage in, which is stupid. I also failed to zone option select the parry, so in this case I died once again. These are mistakes I shouldn't be making, but I am slightly tilted upon seeing what my team is doing. As you can see, they're still double boosting right now. This does nothing for the team at all. I'm even typing about it. Don't do it. It does nothing. The justification I got from the players later on in the game was that, well, winning doesn't matter. Which, yes, to a degree, I agree, but do you play this game to lose? No? Well, don't do it. You shouldn't. If you care about improving at the game, you shouldn't. And also, if you care about improving at the game, you don't run into 1v3s like I am right now. Orochi is not very good at 1vx, but as you can see, this game isn't really highlighting what I'm good at at the moment. I can say this much with complete honesty, I am basically running it down. But we still have a team who so far, two people have 0 takedowns, and all they have contributed is boosting very small amounts of points and not helping on the rest of the map. It is basically me and the other Yorm you see right here in mid. We are the only people so far who have done anything. I make a mistake here trying to set up the Yorm's heavy with mine, but the Scent parried him, so I did it way too early, and it was obviously my fault. But generally ganking with a Yorm is horrible and rarely ever works out. I managed to kill the Scent with the zone. It looks like I killed the Yorm as well. I also can't block. Unfortunate. So the Yorm dies on home point. Raider is fighting the Orochi. I'm not actually sure how this fight ends because I think I there we go. Never mind. Still, we have a problem. We have no control over the map. Dominion requires fast rotations and being able to go around the map. Double boosting is not something you should do. Essentially, this first game is just a PSA from me. Don't fucking do this, ever. It does absolutely nothing. Here I phase through reality upon being crashing charged by a warlord. I'm very intelligent. I can speak English really well, as you can tell. Right now I'm doing what Orochi does best. Stalling on home point, or enemy home point, is one of the better things Orochi can do. He's not a viable character by any means. I make no mistake of trying to indicate that he is a good one. However, he is almost unrivaled at stalling. In some quick thinking by me after getting hit by the Centurion spin, I went for a light as an option select, because if he went for a GB or a bash, I would have been able to deal with it, and I did. Here I'm going to die once again to the Nusha because I am incapable of blocking. Also, Kunai into zone is confirmed. Basically, just don't do what I'm doing right now. Don't run into fights I can't win. Our team is still double boosting, but I see that they're not actually fighting based on their location at first, and think, should I go? But no, there's no point. I need to help the Yorm in mid, so that's what I'm going to do. We are in a 3v2 situation, now a 2v2. The Scent got external GB'd and didn't tech it, which is quite unfortunate. The Yorm manages to get a good unblockable on the Warlord. Now, I'm not actually sure why the Nusha infected me here. If it works on minions, that would be quite interesting, but I'm not sure why. I activated my inner skilled player and managed to kill the Nusha with a deflect into Lion. I think most of this game I was just kind of trying to be useful, mostly failing. Walls are very good, by the way. I should be dead already, but unfortunately the Scent managed to exist in the same universe as a wall. Pretty sure I'd fucking die immediately here. Yep. This game's over. This game has been over ever since our team has been double boosting. And you're probably about to see me launch into a tirade of whining about my team double boosting. Now, currently, there's 3 people fighting on home because there's nowhere else to go. We have nothing. We have absolutely nothing on the map. Our Yorm is AFK, apparently. The one who'd been double boosting all game. I don't know what he's doing at all. He's been doing nothing all game. I don't understand. See, what annoys me is that these players who don't seem to play the mode the way it's meant to be played at all are the same kinds of people who make suggestions on what they think the game should be balanced around. And I want you to think about that. I'm not being elitist about this. I think that casual players have complete right to say whatever they want to be balanced in the game, because you know, we all want to enjoy the game. But these, I don't think these particular players speak for everyone. But why? Why do I have to play with people who refuse to play the game? I don't understand the reasoning. And, well, you know how it is. I probably never will. And it's better off not complaining about it too much. Normally I would have left this lobby, but it's quite early right now. It's about like 5 AM as of recording this video. So I didn't expect to get a queue anytime soon, and I kind of wanted to just bang out some footage because I said I would record something. And I'm doing it now. So I'm going to play Orochi again. This game I still lose. However, there's better individual performance from me, so I believe I can comment on, you know, what I'm doing and why. So we have Warden, 2 Orochis, and a BP. Our team comp isn't exactly very good. They have a generally pretty solid team comp. Shugoki is the only outlier, really. And Raider, I suppose. But their team comp is generally better than ours. I didn't talk much about team comp in the last game because there kind of wasn't a point. It was mostly just me ranting, and that was kind of why I wanted to record it. As I said earlier about Orochi, we have 2 Orochis. One is kind of all you need. Single pick is something I think that should exist, but it doesn't. So I'm picking who I want, regardless of what my team picks anyway. Orochi's very good at backcapping, stalling, and generally being quite annoying to 1v1. He doesn't have any openers, but if an Orochi is good enough to turtle and just play defensively, it's quite difficult to force Orochi away from objectives or kill him, unless you simply have offense he can't deal with, or if you're playing Lawbringer, then he can't do anything at all. Their team isn't the easiest for Orochi to deal with. I don't play Orochi that much. I don't know why I did. This isn't that reflective of my usual picks. I kind of play everyone though, so it doesn't really matter. So I start off by heading to C. C is where I usually go on Overwatch, regardless of who I'm playing, unless I'm playing Shaman, where I will head to A. So it seems like 2 people came here. This is fairly normal, although I would have expected 3 immediately. Now, as you know, both teams have characters who can go mid, sort of. However, neither of our team are mid. This is something as well that you will not see very often in MM, is people will not actually play mid clearers or go mid as mid clearers. Everyone just kind of looks for fights, which is somewhat irritating. I didn't talk too much about that fight because it was kind of straightforward. One good tip for dealing with JJs who dodge a lot is to wait and light later so that the iframes aren't, well, going to avoid your attack. I think about going mid here. I'm not too sure why, but then I see that the Highlander is there, and I think like one of my teammates is so low that all I'll do is just feed revenge. However, I go back to C, and we end up in another 2v2. Orochi 2v2 versus Raider and JJ is a bit weird. And now we're in a 3v3. I can't say I saw this coming. Now I'm in a 1v3 situation, but now this is where Orochi shines most, and any character. If you have revenge, just hold on to it. Don't use it immediately. Kunai into zone, my BP shows up, and this is kind of where the fight goes bad. I expect the BP to start bashing at some point, but they don't. So, on seeing that, I move in and start trying to GB the JJ, expecting that the BP will, you know, heavy or do literally anything. But they don't, because people don't know how to gank. They finally throw out a heavy after the JJ is already able to parry or do anything, and we lose because the JJ gets revenge. I tried to tell them to like heavy off of GB, or heavy and then let me GB, but it's a moot point. It never happens at any point in this game, just to warn you. So I go back to C. The Raider is here. The Raider is the same Raider from the last game. They are not really very good. They're quite easy to play against. As a Orochi, the main thing you want to use in neutral is your zone. Also here I just kind of fail to block things because Raider's attacks are so slow that Reflex Guard runs out. And I tried to GB the Highlander, but, you know, he did his heavy, so I get owned pretty hard. Also, I love this bug. I've seen this bug about like 20 times since starting the game again, and I don't understand why it happens, but leave it to Ubisoft to break something. Now, our other Orochi is doing sort of the right thing by going to enemy home point, while I don't. But, as you can see, he tried to parry Shugoki, so that's unfortunate. We have another 2v2 fight here. It's me and the Warden. JJ is quite weak against characters with undodgeables if he relies on dodge attacks or Sifu so much, which this one does. But I decided to not keep fighting him because there's not much point when he is likely to get revenge soon. I put a nail bomb here because people are likely going to walk into it, and also to just cover off one of our entrances. JJ gets a throw, so I go move to stop him. And we managed to kill the JJ without him getting revenge, which is very good. Once again, I leave. I don't want to feed unnecessary revenge. It's something I do a lot, unfortunately, in MM, because I don't really think too much about it. I hear my nail bomb go off and see that the Highlander is quite low. Highlander is also a character that can be easy to fight if you have undodgeables, as not every Highlander is going to have the wherewithal to know that they need to stop dodging like crazy. Pick up the kill on Raider. Now I'm in a 2v1, and my indicators are fucking me. As you can see, they keep disappearing. I'm just effing the chat, you know. That's how it goes. Orochi's still on home point, doing what he's supposed to do. But as you can see, there's quite a discrepancy in the score on our team. It seems like I'm the one that's kind of doing everything. Not necessarily saying this to flame. What I am saying it for is I should not be the only one who is at T4 by now. The game is essentially almost over. JJ procs Phalanx, which is quite irritating. It'll take a lot longer to kill him. In fact, I don't even think I do. Oh wait, no, that's later. I don't know why he tried to GB me here, but basically I just kind of beat him by doing random shit. Now this is quite unfortunate. We unbreak, but we're still so behind that we're not going to be able to get out from this situation. Also, for some reason I couldn't tech that guard break. Don't know why he tried to do that. I keep trying to option select Shugoki. It doesn't work like that. I don't know what's wrong with me. But whatever. The character sucks. I figure that there's no reason to leave here, so I get off home point in a moment. Upon realizing that there is a revive. Yep, there we go. Sorry, I'm quite tired. I'm not very good at doing commentary either. Yeah, I go to revive the... Oh, it's the Orochi. I thought it was the Warden for a moment, but... I figured there wasn't much point in staying on home now, because either I stay on home and do nothing, or I manage to at least do something. But here I get Stampede charged into a ledge because environmental hazards are in the game and are very, very fun to play against, because I really love having to literally look all over the map for somewhere safe to stand. It's very good and I enjoy it. As you can see, like I said, this game is also lost. There isn't much of a way for us to get out of it. We're one person alive in breaking versus 4. We don't even have enough points to equalize any kind of change we make. Our Orochi is currently at T2, while I was at T4, quite early on into the game. So our team had a massive disadvantage. Yeah, as you can see here. I don't know what happened. I feel like it was just a bit too hard, you know? Anyway, this is kind of a draft video. This is not the quality I will be giving you when I make more uploads in the future, but this is something I just wanted to do to get it out of the way. Also, because, well, I said I'd make something. That's all there is to it. Thank you for watching, and there will be more in the future with a bit more professional attention than this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon.